Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I to count? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails. Which part is which?
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 24th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the clear and crisp cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners here in the Tri-County area. Wow.
Very good.
Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, Elmo Schneider is in the house.
Happy
Elmo.
National Cheesesteak Day, everyone.
Cheesesteak. How did I miss that?
Oh, I don't know.
This
It's
is
right there on my radar.
Oh yeah, another national day I need to concern myself with. Fantastic.
We don't have any cheesesteak drops, do we?
Probably not. I failed to put those in there. My mistake.
Hey, Wayne, we got a big surprise for you, too, today.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm sure I'll be on the edge of my seat.
Captain Mike is back in town.
Oh, fantastic. I'm sure he'll be in later,
Hugs
right?
and kisses.
Yeah.
As he is every Saturday, our video coordinator, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face.
I see you got the memo.
The memo? What memo? Oh, we're wearing our Cleveland Indians hats in protest that the Cleveland Indians are doing away with King Wuckamuck or whatever his name is. What's not King? Chief
Wahoo is.
Wahoo's. Yeah. Well, and so we're in protest.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Wahoo matters.
Yep.
You didn't do any love doctoring this week, did you?
No, just work.
You should wear your hat when you do love doctoring.
Get all full of paint.
Full of paint. I'm talking about love doctoring, not latex,
We
man.
start with body painting.
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
You do the trim?
Yeah.
Or she does the trim.
Yeah, I like doing the trim.
And of course, engineering on board operating the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning. Just full of life. Wacky Wayne joins us here.
Hanging on your every word.
At the Enchanted Kingdom. This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And now the Congress has passed sweeping changes to the tax code. Many questions have arisen as to how all this may or may not pertain to your particular situation. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you through all the options that are still available and how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum amount of dollars for you and your family. Call me 262-652-6767, and we'll get you a free consultation. And by the way, the Kenosha State Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word. And the first caller to say the secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift card, compliments of the Kenosha State Nation. Mm-hmm. And
Not if you can help it, though.
Not if we can dog it. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation. Of course, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category is which is written on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and Eatery during last night's production meeting, the top 10 highlights of the first day of spring here in Kenosha. I know you thought April 1st or March 1st. That was
It's a meteorological spring.
Speaking of meteorologies, or was it meteorology, whatever you just said.
Mediocrity.
Mediocrity. Yeah. Enough about this show. Confusion surrounds free-falling 8.5-ton space station that's going to crash to Earth, you said, according to this, pretty quick here.
The article I read this morning said 9.4 ton.
Oh, okay. Well,
of course, is that a metric ton or a Chinese ton? I don't know.
Well, this is. Why don't you explain so everybody understands? This is coming from China,
Space
right?
Station Heavenly Palace, it's called. So that's the
And so it was.
It's not going to be heavenly much longer.
So this is a true story, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is not fake news.
Right.
So this thing was been in orbit, and China lost it.
They lost telemetry to the thing, so they can't control it anymore. So now the orbit is decaying, and it's going to crash to Earth.
That's what I lost last night. My telemetry.
Is that what they're calling
And
it
then
now?
then I crashed. And this is coming from China, and now that Trump's going to slap a tariff on him. This is not going to be good for us.
No, I don't know.
Looks like the thing might have landed here in Studio A a couple hours ago.
Well, they're narrowing down the crash zone here, and it's actually may land right around here. So
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, that's not going to be good, is it? I mean, we got Foxconn coming in.
They'll dig the hole for it. So
Yeah,
Right.
we should go out there and put like a big red X on there.
It's sometime between March 30th and April 2nd, and the closer to the middle of that time it is, the better chance there is.
Wow, this is not good.
Could come down right on Barter Manor.
The humanity. And then coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game. Did I read that already? I guess I did.
Yep.
I did already. I got. When I get done reading, I got to move along here. And then this week, this week we're going to play Stump the Chumps.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell it a little better instead of
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Calling in, maybe
All
get a
right,
warm and fuzzy feeling.
Sure.
And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, we're going to let you join us. You get the high honor of coming in here for an hour.
Woohoo!
And dealing with all the wonderful guests that we have calling in periodically. And then after the 11:30 break, special weekly editorial. As the ball washer turns, the golf courses are now open, so...
Yeah. I thought the ball washer went up and down, not turned.
Oh,
There are two
there's two different methods.
Two different types.
I don't do a lot of ball washing out there on the courses, so
just at home.
doesn't require any cranks or handles.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
enough
the one
about
that's-
golf.
You're the one that set this up, so
Yeah, well, I was going to go something else, and Elmo convinced me to put ball washer.
That's the old joke. The
Whoops.
guy that broke his leg on the golf course. How'd he do that? He fell off the ball washers.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is why you want to hang on our every
Oh.
word, say.
on every word.
Yeah. And it gets even better for those who might have forgotten. Tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here at AM 1050, if the building is still going to be here, and listen to the replay of this show. And then you can watch the replay of this finely tuned, professionally produced Excuse for a Radio show on Time Warner Cable's Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6, and on Sundays at 6. When we used to be there for 22 years.
Right.
Now that you can probably you're gonna have to watch Stormy Daniels. She's gonna be on on 60 Minutes, I think.
Sure.
Is that a?
It is. Morning.
Good morning. You're on. Yes,
This is Ganga from Libertyville.
Gunga, my
Gunga.
man.
The information I have received from Mr. Perry that ball washing with you gentlemen is an actual art form. Is that correct?
It's going to be an Olympic sport instead of a demonstration sport.
Yes. How do you handle your balls?
Carefully.
Gently. Hey,
Excellent answer. I was questioning on your secret word of the day. Is it animal, mineral, or vegetable?
we don't give hints.
Not till 11:30.
Not till 11:30.
Oh, not till 11:30.
Hey, Gunga, I got a question. I looked since you last called in.
Yes.
You're the famous Gunga Din, apparently.
Yes, dim, like D-I-M.
And
Gunga Din.
it says Gunga on the internet. It says Gunga Din, and after you had mentioned that you were married 9 times, it sounds
Correct.
like Gunga must have done just about every gal in Libertyville.
Well, not quite. But by proxy in many cases, if you know what I mean. However, you're only one person from knowing everyone in the world.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, I got one of the. At what point do the 72 virgins kick in?
The 72 virgins,
Yeah.
that you put them in a credit card, and then you'll catch up to it later.
I see.
Yeah.
You split United Airline points.
Hey, are you considered what us Americans call a chick magnet?
No. that would be incorrect.
What would you be referred to as?
I would be a chick anti. Well, you know the polarity of a magnet. Well, I'm repulsive.
I don't know. Hey, apparently, when you and Shirley got this thing going,
Yes.
and when you and Shirley are kind of doing the whatever it is you do you leave your turban on, or do you take that off?
Whatever she likes. However, I just got back from the Chicago Cubs training camp and spent 3 days with my good friend Namnats Patel in the desert plotting on where we're going to place our ex-wives. There's some nice burying spots so I can run away with Shirley.
Are you still riding?
You didn't hear that from me.
No, okay, no. Your secret is safe with us and 1.4 people.
Thank
It's
you.
not a million. No.
Yes. Do either of you gentlemen know how to properly use a shovel?
We do it here for 2 hours every Saturday morning. We must be pretty good at it by now.
Oh yes, your show is buried already.
Hey, is your Camel Clyde? Is that a 1-humper or a 2?
Well, I'm a 2-humper.
You're a 2-humper. Okay. I just want to
I'm
clarify.
exhausted.
Now, Gunga, when you run away with Shirley, does she have to provide a dowry? I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
how many goats does that consist of?
Yeah.
Goats?
Goats.
Oh no goats. A small dog would do. She's well worth it.
No sheep, though, huh?
No sheep. That's if you really got an ugly one. Then they throw in a sheep.
Well, Gunga, I'm all out of questions, so.
Well, I would love to come over and paint your toenails for a minimum price if you're ever interested. I'll do wonderful, crazy designs on your feet.
What makes you think that a guy of my stature and high esteem would want to have you paint my toenails?
Well, the way your colleagues talk about you.
Yes.
Well, you got a point there.
I mean,
Sally? Aunt Sally?
Well, maybe we'll meet us at the boathouse some Friday afternoon for a production meeting, and then we'll kick it around the old Amen Corner.
You never know. I might show up there.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day, gentlemen.
All right.
thanks, Gunga.
Right, thanks,
Gunga,
Gunga.
the man. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
I have to follow Gunga.
Yeah.
How
It's
can
better
you
that he
follow-
went first.
Tough
I
act.
will follow
Oh,
him.
Absolutely. He goes first. Absolutely.
You know, that's what I heard. Gunga goes first.
It is turban, yeah.
It's a guy
Oh,
thing. Yeah,
I
Shirley.
like turbans.
So you don't mind? Does he make you wear a turban?
Yes.
And he's got a 2-hump camel. When you guys go over to the Big Star or something, do you ride on the back, or do you put you on a trailer in the back?
It depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Does he puts you in a trailer behind the camel and lets you take the shovel and kind of clean up as you go along, right? That's our guy Gunga.
That's Gunga. Oh my gosh! And I always liked Gunga, and he's a Cubs fan like I am, so that's double.
Yeah.
I like him double.
I think Gunga's been out in the desert sand too long. It's way too long.
He was at the Cubs park and that with the Cubs, so I really like him now.
Let me give you a newsflash here, sweetheart. Gunga is involved with other women.
Well,
Like I said, Gunga did. He's done every gal just about in Libertyville, so don't feel you're special.
yeah. Well, what can I say?
Well, we got a week to Easter, so starting to wind down, and you have a big Easter egg hunt, and
All that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One last thing here. Today we are marking the observance. It's Worldwide Observance of Earth Hour, a grassroots promotion to save energy and protect the environment. And apparently everybody's going to turning the lights off from 8:30 tonight to 9:30. This year Egypt has announced the entire country will participate. So this gives me, when they say lights out at Barter Manor, here's my proof.
Right.
You know, they've proved by
Yeah.
satellite photos that it's always Earth year in North Korea because there's no lights on there at all.
They don't have any, do they?
No.
Oh, there you go. All right, Shirley. At least you brought something to the table.
Okay.
What exactly what, I'm not sure, but anyway.
Yeah. I'll have the lights out in my garage.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey, there you
yeah,
go.
keep those
Right.
going, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Shirley. See you later.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. So I'm looking through the news things today. First of all, the stock market tumbled. Stormy Daniels is going to be on 60 Minutes. Trump throws a tariff on. He only fired 3 people this week. Captain Mike's back in town. And John Ruffalo pleaded guilty. Kind of a slow news week, don't you think? Not much going on,
so
right?
I guess this, Chinese space station landing right here on Barter Manor, it probably works out well.
Yeah.
It'll be on page 5 of the Kenosha News.
Probably.
Yeah, on back with the life section.
It'll be a blurb.
Yeah. So, speaking of Mr. Ruffalo, obviously that's the big news in Kenosha. A 20-year veteran of the city council pleaded guilty to a felony, and I think this is actually a kind of a sad day, seriously, when these things happen. And I think when people run for, this is my view, city council or school board or county board, these are only part-time positions, but some of them over the years have let this title of, in this case, an alderman go to their heads, and they have gone from what should be a simple legislative branch to the administrative branch. I remember a month or so ago when we had the big snowstorm, Alderman McDowell's going, well, I'll be up all night. To do what? You want to be a snow
That's why you have Public
plower?
Works Department.
Yeah, we have a Public Works Department. You want to snow plow, get a CDL license and go apply.
Right.
But and then back in the days when we had a character named Ray Meisner, that because he was a
Federally elected.
Yeah, a federally elected alderman, so he could get into political fundraisers.
I see you still got a badge there in your briefcase.
Yeah, that's right. That's just in case I get pulled over. That was sitting in here the first time Casey and I came in here. In fact, Casey sat right on, and he goes, what is this? So anyway, this guy's out because he was ahead of the License and Permit Committee, out checking ID cards at 1 or 2 in the morning.
At bars, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I guess if you think justice... Now the big problem, if you think justice was served, I guess it has because he pleaded guilty. But now it puts a real throw into this because the election's like a week from Tuesday, and as a felon, he can't hold a public office. And so if he doesn't resign...
Well, he has to, otherwise the state will remove him.
Yeah. Remember that old saying, if elected, I will not serve? In this case, he will, a 100-year suspended, unless it's a suspended 1-year sentence and 3 years of probation, then he can serve. But Holly Kangas is probably, it would be the simple thing for him.
Hopefully she'll get elected.
The simplest thing would be just for him to resign, which he says he had indicated he was going to do. But, and then, why fool around? Just get on with it. And speaking of the elections, next week on April 1st, Kenoshans for Open Honest Government will announce their endorsements.
On Easter?
Yeah, well, the election's 3 days away.
Oh, okay.
What does Easter have to do with this? Well, Easter's the next...
Well, who are you going to announce it to?
Well, it'll be in the paper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, we're not going to put it in the paper. There's not that much to this. We're just going to announce it right here.
On Sunday? Or on Saturday?
Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay.
That's not April 1st.
Right.
What is April 1st?
That's Sunday.
April 1st is...
Oh, I meant, okay,
The
then
31st is...
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, you are hanging on my every word.
24
Every word.
plus 7
Equals, right. So,
1.4 million.
Right.
that's...
Give or take 50,000 homes.
So next Saturday is the 31st then.
Right.
See how I figured that out?
Look at you go.
Boy.
He can be taught.
Squirrel.
And anyway, for those that were running unopposed, we put on this ballot disapprove of job performance, and you'll be surprised. And then we had the 4 people running for school board. So we'll announce that next Saturday, which, as everybody knows, is March
31st, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then it gets replayed. See, I wasn't too far off.
No, it'll totally get replayed on Sunday.
Yep.
All right, so we got that going for us. Hey, I met some new friends, boys and girls, at the Thursday afternoon production meeting. These guys are from Racine, and they have it looks like a TV show called TalkingRacine.com, and it says what you might not know about your city. And this is actually, I think the thing is called Talking Racine. And they give me this fancy little brochure, and it says Talking Racine brings the perspective down to the local level to discuss issues that affect our own city. Kind of like, this nonsense here.
Right.
And here's what caught my eye. It says,
But not as stupid.
Or maybe it
well,
is.
let me just read, let me read this. We're about investigative reporting on topics that matter. That's us. Corruption. That's us.
Yes, we're
Conflicts
very
of
corrupt.
interest. Broken system. That's us. Abuses by institutions, individuals with power. That's us. Whether it's government, nonprofits, or the press itself. They're taking on the press. Have we ever, I guess we have mentioned the Kenosha News on
You may or may
on
not have
occasion,
mentioned
yeah.
it once or twice, yes.
What should we investigate? Do you know of a story that we should pursue at Talking Racine? So you can contact them at talkingracine@gmail.com, and you can remain anonymous. You know, we get some callers from Racine. I think there's a guy, Paul, from Racine that used to own a bar.
Yeah, we
I
got a
think
couple
there's-
of, get a couple.
Yeah. So you can go on Facebook, Talking Racine. So I think I applaud these guys. And we should have them, we should do a home and home with them. We should have them come in here, and then we'll go up there.
Yeah, go
Boy,
for
that-
it.
I'll leave that up to
You go ahead, man. Have fun up there, man.
Boy, that wasn't a very good idea. Apparently, it wasn't very well received by
You go ahead and have them stop by. I'll be here in the studio, no biggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you mean?
I was gonna say, what are they paying you to advertise their show?
No, I was just not
So you
yet.
won't advertise other shows that are on the station you're on, but you'll advertise
Listen,
some other guy?
These guys were
Just
nice
asking.
enough to come down to a
Specifically came down to you, or just
yeah.
randomly?
There was four of them there
Okay,
at a production meeting, sitting right next to me,
sure.
and we had a
On
beverage
purpose?
together. Do I have a call there?
No, unfortunately, they're unavailable.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could. We could talk to them.
No,
Take some chances.
I want chances. I'll stay home
All right.
at Friday and Saturday nights. that's. Yeah, if you're calling in and it's unavailable, we've said this before.
Right.
We are not about to. I mean, we're not really stupid.
Not really.
No.
Not really. Just a little bit, maybe, but not really.
Some things going on. Oh, I know. I was going to ask you guys. Is that still the same?
Oh, yeah. They haven't hung up yet.
The National Quilting Day was this week. How did we miss that?
It happened during the week.
That's big time
Well,
stuff.
look, I know, but look at these pictures and look at this little Stanos kid here, 6 years old. He made a quilt. If a kid like that can make a quilt, where was our entrance? I guess
I didn't know we needed an entrance.
Well,
We're still working on the pianos.
oh yeah. Speaking of the pianos,
Yeah, I thought you were committed to the piano thing. What's that?
well, we are, and I heard
Okay.
that is a goal with the
Really?
city. And they got 12 people, and they're going to hand you up $500.
All right.
But they need to those permits, because just like they're doing in Racine, where does that fall under?
Investigative.
Broken system, nonprofits or the press itself. We're gonna investigate that thing, because according to the city of Kenosha's code, you got to have a $150 permit. So take that and put it in your quilt.
Sure.
Stuff that in your quilt. Anyway, this was put on by the Southport Quilters Guild, and they're showcase a symphony of color at the Public Museum. Well, I apologize. One quilt took 600 hours to put together. Another one used 1,260 pieces from 50 different fabrics. This sounds like a lot of work.
It is.
Geez, well, maybe that's why I missed
I
it.
know somebody
Right.
that's quite involved with it. So that's
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to get involved,
We are.
because our motto is involvement.
Yeah.
Boy, you guys are right with me this
Oh,
today,
yeah.
aren't you?
I know nothing. Nothing.
And of course, household hazardous waste collection begins on May 5th. I think the only thing we have to contribute to hazardous waste would be, Ronnie, all those 22 years of Kenosha Today replay tapes and CDs.
we did have the picture of the archives on Facebook. Did you see
Yeah,
that? So-
that's right. And speaking of that, on April, what's the next? It would be April 7th, the second April in 2nd April and Saturday, the second Saturday in April. Anyway, that's going to be our 22nd anniversary
Okay.
show, so we'll have some special things for that.
Will we? All right. No, they're unavailable
Okay.
still.
So anyway, and by the way, alternate side parking ends next Saturday, which is as we know is March 31st. So if anybody, that's the whole thing. Should we have alternate side parking year round, and have it so that the
Why?
street sweepers? Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we don't. Maybe
Yeah, then
we
you have
don't.
to run the street sweepers at night.
Oh yeah, just what I want to do is listen to that with my windows open at 3 in the morning. It's bad enough I got to leave my shades open, and let my neighbors peek in. see what's going on there. But
Scarring neighbors for life.
they put their shades down.
Yeah.
And I get the call. Can you please, have some respect for us in the neighborhood? Pull your shades down. And this
Shades down and pants up.
Yeah, easy, Spider. This is a picture of a guy. You know that was it the Pike River empties into Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Out by Carthage. Or actually it's a little bit
Well, is
south
it the
of
river
Carthage.
or the creek you're talking?
It says Pike River, outlet into Lake Michigan. It's at Benoyer Park. And this guy's standing right there. It's like quicksand. And how many people have lost their
drowned there,
lives out there fishing? And I think it's got to be at least 10 over the years that I can remember. And
Caught in that current, you're shooting right
and
out into the
some of
lake.
this is like quicksand. It just sucks you in, sucks you down and out. And the last time a guy lost his life, he was trying to save the guy that was pulled out there. So for those that are going out there, I guess fish at your own risk. But I just thought, because we are a public service, according to this investigative reporting perspective down to the local level. So we should learn from these guys in Racine.
Are we capable of learning anything?
Capable of learning, I don't know.
So how do they listen to your show, or did they just hear
Well,
it?
yeah, no, they apparently, they heard it through the grapevine, and a friend of Jim Matzer's, so they came down.
Okay.
There was 4 of them. There's only 3 of them in the picture here, but there was 4 of them that came down, and we spent about 2 hours. And
Yeah.
and some of it was even...
Productive?
Serious.
Try another word. give me another
Oh, it's
hint.
our own secret word challenge. All right.
Yeah.
Or, oh,
Sophomoric, yeah. Well, they
Buzzkill.
were
Got
trying
it.
to figure out exactly what it was we do.
we don't need
And I said, well, you probably have to listen.
Listen.
And you can figure this out for yourself. Hey, and before we take the break, the big downtown hop around is going to go on. Actually, it starts at 10 this morning to 1 p.m. And this is where they used to start, kind of have the big Easter parade and then go down 6th Avenue. Started where the boathouse is and go down 6th Avenue and then all the way downtown and through and go to Library Park and then have the big Easter egg hunt down
Sure.
the Library Park, which was always. But all of a sudden, this gal from Downtown Inc. is saying, nope, we're going to just do it all in where the
ice rink is.
where the ice rink. I hope they took that down. Some little kid
Veterans Park, by
splashing
the
around
fountain.
there. Yeah, where they have the peanut butter and jam.
All right.
So everything's going to be consolidated. And they took away the parade and replaced it with a trick-or-treat style hop around among downtown businesses to collect Easter eggs. And so she says nearly 30 businesses have already signed on. Well, we got 120 businesses in the downtown area.
So they get a
30 is
fourth.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Have all these snot-nosed little kids coming in here, with candy all over their hands and messing
Breaking
up your store.
stuff.
Breaking stuff, sure. This is a great promotion.
just a positive.
I read that I read that just so guys like the guys from Talking Racine told me how to do this. So, all right, I guess we'll take our first break here.
Sounds like a
Wacky
plan.
Wayne, and we will be Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 24th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, spreading love to over 1.4 million listeners here at Camp Happy Face. See, that's what the guys from Racine miss. They don't spread the love, apparently, in here. They're into corruption and investigative reporting, conflicts of interest, and we're into spreading love and being a lot of warm and fuzzy here. You buying that one?
Oh, yeah.
Too loud.
Also bringing you gas trolleys, backyard beavers, saving the Kenosha Today Nation from all the perils and here in Do-Over Kenosha. And again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who have already signed up and have liked us on Facebook. And you can visit us on the web at KenoshaToday.com.
You know, they had all that supposed controversy about Facebook and
Yeah.
stealing people's information, which I thought if you were on Facebook, pretty much all your information was public anyway.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know what the big deal is about.
I
there,
got
but
people, posting on Facebook. At least, but when you post stuff on our Facebook, it's got some legitimacy, right?
Correct. Well, that's I was saying they designed this app that would scan everything on Facebook and and compile all the information. But when it got to the Kenosha Today page, it crashed the app. So I don't. It couldn't figure anything out of what was going on.
So we won't be getting any. We're not on the family and friends plans with Mark Zuckerberg anymore.
No, not at all. So.
I get people when I see them posting on Facebook. I'm having lunch at McDonald's. I'm I'm on a toilet, talking to my wife or whatever. I guess I just on the toilet talking to my wife.
Well, and the other thing they say, well, then they would use targeted advertising to influence the election on there. It's, who takes anything that's on there? Seriously, I would.
Well, as long as we're on this, one of the topics was, Vladimir, how do you pronounce his name? Vladimir Putin?
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir, yeah, that guy. The big Vlad
the Impaler.
Putin. He won presidency this week over in Russia. And, of course, he won by some huge margin, which and the other people that didn't vote for him are probably dead.
They're in Siberia.
Yeah, Siberia, yeah. And so I think, if you're Putin, you just blame this on the Americans for hacking into their system.
That's right, yeah.
And Trump, they tried to do it to Trump.
Well, that was the other big thing. That Trump called and they had told him, don't congratulate him on his win. And it's...
Well,
and people actually, I think Trump was just turking him around. So, well, Vlad,
well,
it's like congratulating an alderman running unopposed for winning the election. That's,
I should have moved to the 4th District and run for alderman. I might have had a chance this time around.
We talked about that yesterday, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I thought him calling, the United States has to get along with Russia. Mm-hmm. So what's wrong with calling him and saying, hey, Gladdy, nice that you won, and I'll see, because if we don't get along with him, it's not like he's going to go over and going down to Club Med with him or down to, where's his place in Key Largo or
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago, yeah. Or
Palm Beach.
Or buy him a hooker or something, for God's sakes.
Trump you don't know.
He did that 10 years ago. And, boy, that gal's coming out of the woodwork from Playboy. She claimed, I saw her interview, I think it was on CNN. She claimed that when Trump and her were done being intimate, he offered her money. And she didn't know what that was for. Well, what do you think it was for? He's a big tipper, right? I got to get back on track here.
Sure.
Squirrel! How easily I get distracted.
I know.
We're talking about one thing, and then I go, yes.
Did you see Jay last Sunday?
Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of squirrel.
I was not out last Sunday.
I saw him drive
Speaking of squirrel.
on his bicycle.
Ronnie's just keeping you off track. Way to go, Ronnie.
Yeah,
the guy without a mic having a conversation.
I'm trying to avoid,
Brilliant plan.
We're trying to get one.
We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. As you know, Elmo Schneider is here.
Good morning.
And the Love Doctor. I still think we should try to hook up a microphone with him.
Sure.
With Spider.
I'm gonna sit on Elmo's lap.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just sit next to him.
Oh, boy.
Right now.
No.
Not on his lap.
And engineering and board operating, the Kenosha State train wreck this morning, as always, hanging in our every word. The face of WLIP, Wacky Wayne, joins us all the way from Antioch.
Many, many miles away.
What are they having in Antioch? Was this a gun show that the guys before us were talking about?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I was busy doing other stuff.
Coming up after the 11:30 break, our weekly editorial segment. This week, it's As the Ball Washer Turns. Oh, right.
Look
at him.
We got Ronnie a chair now.
He's got a glasses. He got new pants on.
Right. His pants aren't on the ground.
Boy,
Things
life is pretty
better.
good here in Studio A.
Things are improving.
Yep.
Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation financial planning experience, let us guide you with all the options that are still available, and you can find out how you can take advantage of and use the new tax code to your advantage. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. And if you should happen to mention today's secret word, we will send you a $20 Boathouse compliments of our deal. And it can't be like Gunga and call in and say, and start quizzing. No, it's either
there's no clues until 11:30.
Yes, there's no clue. Yeah. Just like we don't have no clue till noon.
At least.
And also, the show is being recorded for training purposes. We don't have any threats of litigation here.
No litigation going on, so we got that going for us.
No, the day's not over yet.
Right, it's still early.
Also, special thanks to my good friend Elmo. You can find Kenosha Today show 365 days a year, 24/7 up on YouTube. We current?
Yes.
No, we don't have last week. I don't think.
No?
No.
Oh, I left it at home. I'll bring it in.
Forget the microphone. He doesn't need a
Yeah,
microphone.
yeah.
He has no idea where he's at.
Oh, there, yeah, it's laying at home. Sorry.
See, that's one thing the boys in Racine will have to do. They'll have to get their
What do you
show.
keep
and
going
put it-
back to them all the time?
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
heck?
Well, I'm just trying to compare.
What's it, their
Trying to
show
help
or
the guys
something?
out.
Did they pay you or something?
Nope.
I'm telling you.
Bought them a lot of drinks.
No, they might have bought me one. I mean, I only had a $5 tab. So either I skipped out on the tab or they bought. I'm not sure how. Could have happened either way. After the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 highlights of the first day of spring here in Kenosha. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. And we will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which, as we all know, is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And then after that, you will hear and the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Day $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. And featuring, they're open Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. And they enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary specials. They're going to have a big Easter buffet.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on Easter.
Which day is that?
Boy, Sunday.
All right. Just making sure you're on top of these things.
Yes, I'm all over it.
Are they serving Hassenpfeffer?
Ooh, rabbit stew?
Hassenpfeffer. Boy,
Yeah, Easter.
I don't even know what Hassenpfeffer is.
Rabbit.
Oh, that Hassenpfeffer.
That Hassenpfeffer.
Yeah. They pulled it out of a pothole. You know, those potholes in Kenosha, we talked about this. Some of them are so big. They've actually got an entrance and an exit ramp.
Oh, I don't doubt it
And
at
there's
all.
a gift shop in the bottom of some of them. They're so big. Anyway, call if you're planning a party or a banquet. Call Joyce at the Boathouse, 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at the Boathouse, boathouse-kenosha.com. Okay, here's the very sophisticated question. How do you know the Easter Bunny is real here in Kenosha? Sophisticated question. How do you know the Easter Bunny is real here in Kenosha? A, he's the only one wearing a leg monitor. B, he is actually a she and using the transgender bushes next to City Hall. Or C, the front of the trolley is covered with blood and fur. First caller, 262-694-1050. How do you know that the Easter Bunny is real here in Kenosha? He's the only one wearing a leg monitor? I'll just wait and take this call, and then I'll read this again. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. It's Lindy.
Lindy.
Hi, Lindy.
Lucky Lindy.
Lucky Lindy.
Hey, when's
yes.
it? Now, you haven't
I'm
won.
holding the Easter Bunny in my arms as we speak.
What?
So, we happen to have 4 of them in our house. They do live here year-round, by the way.
Now, you haven't won in the last 60 days, have you?
Well, it's been quite a while.
It's been a
I
while.
checked. It was March 20th. Not March, I mean January 20th.
Okay, all right.
I did. I looked.
Okay, very good. All right.
January 20th.
All right, Lucky Lindy. Now, do you have names for these furry little things?
Yes. Fritz, Jujubee, Rorschach, and Willow.
Rorschach?
Rorschach.
Rorschach, as in the Rorschach test.
The ink blots.
And mind you, I named none of these. So.
Oh, we always. Yeah, you having your own disclaimer now?
Yes, I have my own disclaimer.
So,
yes, you know when you live with a 13-year-old? Yes. You need your own disclaimer.
So yeah, you have to explain yourself, Mom.
Yes,
now,
exactly.
You got 4 of these. Now, for Easter, you're going to probably end up putting one on the grill.
We don't do that around here. Yes, and I know what Hassenpfeffer is, considering my family is German.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we know what Hassenpfeffer is. So, I had pet bunnies growing up, and my grandfather would always tease me, "We're having Hassenpfeffer for dinner."
Well,
you're not.
I think what I'll give you a homemade Kenosha Today recipe, almost German. You got to boil that. You boil a little Hassenpfeffer first, and then you kind of scale all the fur off, and then you can put them in the microwave, or you can put them. I actually put them on the grill. Put a little barbecue sauce on it. Mm-hmm. Boy, that's good eating.
Yeah, no, not in this house. Nope. I used to use my babysitting money to pay for the rabbit feed, so Grandpa couldn't even claim he had rights to it. So
since you're not having rabbit for Easter, what are you going to have?
we're going to have ham. So.
Oh, how boring.
I know.
It's
I could
traditional.
do a turkey because that's always good too. So.
So what time is this going to be served so we know how to plan our day?
After church, of course.
Church?
Yeah.
Can we just come? Can we skip the church and just come over after?
No, you got to go to church.
Gotta go to
It's
church.
Easter Sunday.
What
Gotta
church is
go.
this? What is this?
What do you mean?
What's
what is
what's
this?
the name of the church?
Here's the scary thing. We actually go to 2 churches. So,
Here's the scary thing. How about if we bring a program from our church, was Our Lady of the Long Islands? Will that get us in?
Yes, your Friday afternoon.
No, we'll go on. We'll go on. We'll make since it's Easter, we'll make an exception and go on Sunday too. If that's
Okay.
a
Okay. We'd like
prerequisite.
to see you. I don't know. I think they'd be a little afraid to see your face cross the threshold, though. I don't know why.
Last time I was on the threshold, it was my wedding night, and that didn't work out real well. All right, Lindy, let's get back to the game here. You kind of
Okay.
took me off on a tangent here.
And I can't say D this time. All of the above.
No, you got it. Unless you got something that's
Okay.
cleverer than these. All right. How do you know the Easter Bunny is real here in Kenosha? A, he's the only one wearing a leg monitor. B, he is actually a she and using the transgender bushes next to City Hall. Or C, the front of the trolley is covered with blood and fur. Lindy.
See, I would say B because my one rabbit we were told was a female, and then all of a sudden one day we realized Fiona was Fritz. So I would go with B. And I'm not kidding. We got him when he was 6 weeks old, so they thought
And
he
you
was a
didn't
girl.
you didn't hold him by the tail and figured it out?
The person that we bought them from checked and said, nope, they're both girls. So, nope. Fritzy had to surprise us.
And then you had to
So,
change Fritzy
he had
to a...
So yeah, we're kind of used to transgender rabbits in this house.
Boy, oh boy.
So-
What time do you start drinking over there at your place? God almighty. Oh my. We're gonna... Hey, by the way, you won. You won.
Forget, I spend my day with first graders. You forget. So,
Wait a minute. Hold on. You said you spend your day with first graders.
yes, I do.
And so you spend your Saturday morning wasting, we're up to the 3rd grade here on this show.
Yes.
So
But
this is a
I
step
told
up for you.
guys, and I know we've heard you say it. You know Lindy's listening. I don't call in all the time, but we're listening.
Oh, boy, that's
So,
troubling.
I'm cooking and cleaning and doing Saturday chores. So,
As you should. What does your husband do while you're doing all the work in the house?
you know, he's doing yard work. I don't have to do
Yard work is not. There's nothing to do yet.
He's already been out working, getting the gardens prepared and breaking and getting the pre-fertilizer on. Oh, yeah.
Sounds like he's gold
So, and
bricking to
actually
me.
today he's helping a friend of his move. So.
Oh, so he says. Yeah, wait till he comes back with
yeah,
beer in
so
his
he
breath
says.
this afternoon. We're on to him.
So he says.
We'll be seeing him at the boathouse after this. But anyway,
we like the boathouse. That's a fun place
anyway,
to go.
Lindy, you've been lucky again.
Yes, thanks, guys. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. You do make me laugh. I have to tell you that.
Yeah.
It's purely accidental.
Yeah, it's accidental. Yeah, it is troubling that you're not going to sacrifice a Fritzy to put him on the grill.
No, Fritzy, yeah, he's a little afraid when he's thinking that he might get sacrificed, but...
Yeah,
no.
yeah. When you're sitting there carving and working up stuffing and trying to figure out how to shave his fur off, I think it would. My first reaction would be fear. Hey, now, so you got 2 males and 2 females.
No, we have 2 males or 3 males total because our neighbors had 2 pet bunnies, which we knew were males, and their teenage son and his girlfriend had rescued them, and they realized teenage boy, college, girlfriend, job, doesn't work to have a couple pets. So we were given 2 extra bunnies.
So I guess it's for the female bunny. I guess these other characters just got to stand in line, or they have a lottery, or they take a number.
She's a little naughty. She escapes from her cage trying to get to the boys. So, yes.
Oh, you have them in different cages.
Oh, you have to have them in different cages. Oh, no, because the males are a little too aggressive and they would fight.
Shocking that would happen.
Yes, surprising.
Yeah,
You know,
wonder where
like 3rd graders? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. All right, Lindy, off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your information here, and we'll get this out to you. And
Awesome.
Be careful with the bunnies now.
I will. I will. So you guys have an awesome Easter, and thanks for the laughs. We appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Lindy.
All right, Lindy.
Thank you, guys. You take care.
Did you ever have a pet when you were a kid?
Sure.
What'd you have?
Let's see. We had a couple of dogs and a cat. My sister had a guinea pig.
Oh, I think my daughter's had. Hey, Wayne, can you hook me up with this caller? Well, we got another caller waiting, but hang on. If you can.
Hold on.
All right, I got to take this call. All right, you still doing your deal? Attaboy, Wayne.
Talk on the phone.
That's.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Dennis, you got a pet guinea? You got a pet? You got any pets at your house other than your wife?
I have 2 dogs.
Yeah, what kind of dogs are they?
Both Basset mixes. One is a Basset Golden, and one is a Basset Australian cattle dog.
Are they?
Their names are Rocco and Luigi.
So we got 2 guys, two males.
Yes.
So do they snuggle with each other?
On a cold night, they might sleep a little closer together to provide each other with some warmth.
Well, that's warmth. Is that what they're calling it now? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, you know how
warmth and mirth, as your show provides the Kenosha area with.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the band Three Dog Night got their name. You're up in the Yukon there. And that's you got to sleep with 3 dogs to get to keep them warm at night. So.
Geez, I could have been in that band years ago.
You know, Elmo never ceases to amaze me. He's a plethora of musical knowledge.
Yeah, he's plethora, right? Hey, now I lost my train of thought.
Big surprise.
You know,
I know I was going to tell you. All right,
go ahead.
Good news, Captain Mike's back in town.
I heard. I love it. I love it.
Maybe he'll call in today.
I just wanted to add, this might slow down their registration and their recruitment, but I have to cheer for them. I want to put in a plug for my alma mater, Loyola of Chicago.
Oh, yeah, they're the Cinderella team right now.
1977 I graduated, which means Sister Jean was only 57 years old at that time.
That makes you about 130, right?
She's 98 now.
No, you.
Oh, me?
Boy, when do they play next?
They're playing tonight at
Tonight, yep.
5 o'clock.
Will that get them into the
playing,
Final Four? No, that'll give them to the 8.
Yeah, if they win tonight, they'll be in the Final Four.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for them, so. All right, Dennis, I got another
And remember, Loyola has something in common with Kenosha.
What?
The Rambler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, very good. Boy, you're a plethora of information. How do you like that for a big college word, boy?
Well,
college
useless information, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks,
See
Dennis.
you, Dennis.
Bye. Oh, I lost that call. Call me back. I just missed it by a second.
Probably.
262-694-1050. Anyway, we start talking about pets. Do you ever have pets around you? You got pets, Wayne?
I do not have pets now, no.
Growing up, yeah.
I had, when my daughters were little, they had, well, now we can take the call. I had a little puppy, a snot-nosed little thing. I'll get to that story. I don't want to lose my train of thought.
Too late.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. This is Anthony Kennedy. I'm calling from Lake Forest today, and I want to register a complaint.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. Helen Waite is in charge of our complaint department. And if you have a complaint, Anthony, go to Helen Waite. All right.
That was almost funny. That got a chuckle out of me.
Yeah, go ahead.
It might be fine to use those kind of racial terms back when you were younger, but I'm sorry, sir. We don't call our Italian friends pet guineas anymore. You asked your last caller, did he have any pet guineas?
I meant guinea
That's
pig.
Not how we address our
I meant
Italian
guinea
friends
pig.
now.
I meant guinea pig.
Well, you can say that now, sir, but that's not what came out of your mouth.
And it's all about
This is an enlightened
perception.
age we live in, okay?
Okay.
Well, maybe
and
not
because
that
we live in this
enlightened.
enlightened age, we don't use that kind of language.
Got it.
All right.
You got that, Ryan?
Consider
You got
yourself
that right?
Properly admonished.
All right.
Chastised.
Now, are you done? Because I
never
got
heard of
something
that.
for you. You ready? You're still there, Anthony?
I'm still here.
Here's a story that came over our Kenosha Today wire services. There's this guy going through McDonald's and going through the drive-through riding a horse. And I swear, I got the picture here, and these guys will vouch for it. It kind of looks like you, and you're obviously you're not the one with the tail on it either. And here comes.
Wait a minute. If I'm riding a horse, it's got to be one of them darn Clydesdale, baby.
And so the McDonald's manager comes out and explains to this guy that you can't go through the drive-through riding a horse. Just so I make you aware of that, because I don't want you to get in trouble with anybody that you go through the drive-through.
The reason you can't go through a drive-through riding a horse is because McDonald's doesn't want people to be confused on where they get their meat from.
And you're calling to chastise me? Are you joking? Anthony. My God almighty. Anyway, this...
Yeah, I don't think there's a horse out there that could handle me, guy. I'm kind of a big boy. I don't know if you noticed.
No, shocking. When did that happen? Who saw that coming? You know what I would do? If we could find somebody in our listening area that has a Clydesdale and would offer it, we'll come out and film this, and I'll buy you lunch. I swear, I have all these listeners. I will buy you lunch if you can go through a drive-through of your choosing on a Clydesdale and see if they wait on you.
Okay. Hey, I'm going to get free lunch out of it?
There's a $50 limit.
Maybe we can borrow Gunga's camel and try that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can borrow Gunga's, but you have to wear a turban.
So I got to ride a horse through a drive-through to get a free meal. Done.
Okay. You let me know where we're going to get the horse, and they'll meet us there, and we'll have a camera, and I want to be there, and I want to interview these people as you go through.
You have some very weird fantasies when it comes to me, Mr. Barter. But hey, at least someone likes me. That's all that matters.
Well, a fantasy of you riding on the word. Yeah, riding on a. It's not a real fantasy. You riding on a Clydesdale.
Do I have to whisper sweet nothings in your ear while doing it?
Hey, and I'll tell you what. I will even bring the shovel and follow you through the drive-through just in case we have.
Is that for content of the your show later?
That's for yeah. That's actually for the horse, not you. But
okay. All
right, Annie. Guess I gotta thank you for correcting me. And of course, it was an innocent error, and I meant guinea pig.
Again,
yeah.
We don't refer to our fine Italian friends like that anymore. Okay, this is not 1965, baby.
Well, Pat Giuliani would be very proud of you that you called me.
I was going to make that joke, but I'm kind of scared of him. He's freakishly strong.
Oh, yeah, he's like 5 foot nothing. I got to go, Annie. You just joined us. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 24th Pick to Click edition. How's that?
There you go.
Of the Kenosha City Weekly Report, broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP on your radio dial. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses, which we had so many calls in the first hour. I got to get to some of those right after the
That's right. We got to do double duty.
Taking serious journalism. And I mean, if you thought you heard Trump talk about fake news, this is serious journalism to an all-time high. Spanning the globe, reporting on national stories, state stories, and on occasion, if it's a slow news day, we might just happen to mention a story about maybe an elected official who's guilty of a felony.
I have some international news, actually. So,
okay, you want to do it now?
News from the world of religion.
Okay, go ahead, Elmo.
We have Holy Week coming up, but the Pope has defrocked 9 monks in the Ukraine for performing exorcisms without a permit. Now, if you do, they're lucky they're not in Kenosha, because they would not only be defrocked, but you could imagine if you do anything without a permit here.
We'd throw them off the 50th Street Bridge. So. Defrocking. Now, that would give some of our favorite aldermen, like Bagdala, and they'd give them something to do. Put it in little Anthony Kennedy. Once you compose a new ordinance, frocking.
Right. Yeah. The defrocking squad. They can go get them all badges.
Yeah. So with us, as he is each and every Saturday morning, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie's here. And... always lending his 2 cents to the conversation?
Not anymore. I'm done.
He's done. He's over there.
Me off.
He's over there behind the curtain.
His stool has moved.
Yeah.
His stool has moved?
I moved away from Elmo.
And performing as both our engineer and board operator, Wacky Wayne, graces our presence this morning. Cash grabbing, as they say.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of cash to be made here in the Barter Show.
Friday, or let's see, how's it going to do? Sunday morning, next, it's Easter morning.
Right.
You guys going to come over and roll the rock away from Barter Manor so I can get out? Don't all answer at once.
Why, you planning on being dead this week?
Slow news week.
No, nobody will notice.
Nobody will notice.
Bring some rolling rock over.
Rolling rock.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes. Six-pack of rolling
Instead
truck.
of putting the stone in front of Barter Manor, they just changed the code on the garage door. That's it. So.
Any reason? That's probably the reason the Lord is sweeping this morning.
Right. The rock's going to get rolled away.
Yeah. For those who haven't signed on to like us on the Kenosha Today Facebook page, you better get on with that. You can see the most interesting posts anywhere on the planet. And, of course, the status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you, as there's still many options available. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. And if you happen to get lucky, and say this morning's secret word, we're even going to send you a Boathouse $20 gift card on our tab.
What a deal.
We had, do you feel lucky? This is when you say, oh, no, that's the other one.
Yeah. That's the other one. We don't have a do you feel lucky punk kind of drop yet. Maybe we'll work on that.
As I said, coming up in 2 weeks, on April, I said April 1st, and I was corrected. I made I made two mistakes. One, Anthony Kennedy had corrected me, and thank goodness for Anthony Kennedy hanging on my every word.
Right.
And I'm gonna do the top 10, and I'm gonna do some sponsor real quick here.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Written in our home office at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 highlights of the first day of spring here in Kenosha. Number 10, only AK-47s permitted in the downtown area. Number 9, workers at the Heritage House taking down the storm windows. Number 8, the first robin of spring seen in the mouth of a trolley driver. Number 7, Captain Mike breaking out his lovely pastel boxer shorts. Number 6, the Brewers are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Number 5, city engineers getting ready to redo all the projects they screwed up last year. Number 4, tourists taking one final leak in the new ice arena. Number 3, best time of the year to take a plea deal. Number 2, the Easter Bunny reciting his Miranda rights in Library Park. And the number 1 highlight of the first day of spring here in Kenosha, young men's fancies turn to wearing a leg monitor over at Pervert's World. That needed to work. We're going to start taking your calls again, 262-694-1050. The Kenosha State Aid Nation always welcomes Pete's Place, soon to be no deal to fill all these positions. It's going to be more people coming from, we don't have enough people in Kenosha.
They'll be moving in.
They'll be moving in. So, did you guys know that March was National Sleep Month?
What's this thing you call sleep? Yeah. I mean, there's people that actually get that?
To sleep? Yeah.
Yeah, I sleep. What do you do at night?
Most of the time.
Right, okay.
March is...
passed out.
No.
Right. Pass out and sleep are two different things, I think. It's not March Pass Out Month, is it?
National Sleep Month. It's time to quit dreaming of getting a good night's sleep and start doing it. And it basically is a ad for, what do you call it, a blanket and some sleep spray.
Sleep spray?
Sleep spray.
Chloroform?
Listen. A little squirt might help you relax into, it's only $25. A little squirt might help you relax into deep and rejuvenating sleep.
A little squirt before you go to bed could help, yeah. That way you don't got to get up in the middle of the night.
And it's hops and lavender essentials, oils, and then they have lights and sound scents. It's all to put you in a mood. This is $100. Holy jeez.
Put me in a mood?
I don't charge $100.
I don't usually sleep when I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here we go. The youngster from Antioch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did not know it was National Sleep Month.
I don't think you've ever skipped sleep, have you? Has it been a while?
I'm an older fellow. I go to sleep earlier.
I know, right? Like by 7.
Mm-hmm. No,
right.
I start at 7.
Right.
And but I have to get up. I'm up at the crack of dawn working.
Yeah, working.
All
right, working.
That's the best I can come up with.
All right.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, this is Joe from Kenosha.
Yeah, Joe.
Instead of the $25 spray, why don't you take that $25 and get 2 cases of beer?
Well, see, now you got a good point there, Joe. I see what you're saying.
Sleep?
But if you drink 2 cases of beer, you're going
to
be up all night because beer should
what
never
goes
be
out has to come.
Yeah,
out.
beer should never be bought. It should always be rented.
That's it. That's true.
So I hate to be throwing a monkey in your wrench here, A wrench into
Throwing a monkey in your wrench.
Sounds like, you know what I mean, Joe, right?
Wrench with a monkey.
The boys, my colleagues, are laughing at my inability to say that right, but you should get some of this, Joe, for $25. It's a little sleep spray.
No, just a 12 pack of Huber for $10 is better.
$10 a what?
Huber beer? Is that stuff still around?
12 bottles.
How do you know this, Joe?
Practice.
I've been drinking Huber all my
sounds like
since I was
sounds like you started about 10. So did you know March was National Sleep Month?
No, but it sounds like a good idea. I just got up.
Oh, so you missed the part of the show when Lucky Lindy won the City of Jeopardy contest. You know, she's got 4 pet
rabbits,
and not one of them is going to make it to the Easter grill. Can you imagine that? You got a rabbit here sitting waiting to have Easter stew, and
I prefer lamb.
Lamb?
Lamb.
Yeah, for Easter, yeah.
Oh, sure. So do you have a pet lamb out in the backyard grazing?
No, I got lamb chops and ground lamb for lamb burgers. Yeah.
Well, I suppose fried rabbit would be more of a delicacy thing at Easter time. So
I used to have a neighbor. He trapped rabbits in the backyard, and he ate them. I mean, he cooked them, but he ate them. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's so permissible. I got a big rabbit that I can see in this. It goes around my bushes, and because I'm fooling around in the snow there.
I used to raise turkeys, ducks, pheasants, and chickens, and the pheasants really were good.
Yeah, this is no different.
Smoke, but
this is no different than the kids.
Barbecued.
This is no different than these kids going out, belonging to 4-H, and they raise these cows or livestock, and they get the blue ribbon as the best of breed or whatever they get them for, and they sell them off to some meat company for some ungodly amount of per pound. And where do they think they take those to? The happy home? No.
Yeah, but the ones they don't get auctioned off because they're not winners or whatever. They have a special with the butcher. They'll do them for $3 each bird or whatever.
The point is, Joe, like you said, they're still dead.
Yeah, okay. As long as they're not moving, I'll eat them.
Oh, don't come to my house. All right.
So have a great show, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, a big thank you to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, 49. Yeah, you want to tell that story?
What?
Oh,
no,
okay.
We don't need it.
Any boats in the drink yet? No?
Any what?
They drop any boats in the water?
No, that's good. They're a month away from that. Hey, look, boys and girls. Watch how I do this.
Yes.
The clock on the wall says it's 21 after 11, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you will again have the high privilege, the high honor of joining us as a guest host on an upcoming show. It doesn't get much better than that.
No.
I mean, geez.
Set the bar high.
You get to be a chump.
Come here and deal with Shirley and Gunga and the rest of the crew. This is a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence and sophistication and prove to the rest of the Kenosha Nation that we are smarter than a fifth grader. Oh.
No.
Okay. We will take your trivia question or song title, and the first caller to successfully stump the Kenosha State Chumps, which this morning consists of Elmo, Spider Ronnie, Wacky Wayne, and Uncle Scotty. And the phone lines are clear. I don't think we even have to worry about that.
No, not today.
You want to build up the act with the drop?
Let's
Here we go.
do the thing.
See, I sold that much better this week, and look at the phones light up.
Oh, yeah. All those unavailable people that I keep hanging up on.
But anyway, 262-694-1050 if you want to take a shot at stumping the chumps. Trivia question or a song title. But you got to know the answer.
Got to know the answer. It's not ask us.
We will confirm it.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's a story. A guy living in the Bronx, New York, he got awarded $96,000 in a lawsuit settlement. And he had the settlement came from with 3 prostitutes. And so he goes to this motel with $96,000 of cash on his hand.
Right.
And he can't understand why somebody breaks in and robs him of all his money.
I can't believe.
He says, I keep playing over my mind. I was surprised that they pulled a gun. Well, hello.
Right.
He had $96,000 was the end of a result. Oh, I'm sorry. The suit was from a car accident.
Okay.
But he used the 96 to hire these 3 gals to a hotel room. That seems a little bit steep.
That's an expensive night.
Especially since he didn't, the gals didn't do anything.
He didn't copulate the evening?
No.
Oh. Yeah. This
All right. All right. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
This is Ganga again. I have the answer.
Oh, to what?
For your questions.
All the answers to all our questions, huh, Gunda?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, what's your answer?
I have. Who does this great Clint Eastwood? What movie is this great Clint Eastwood line from? Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yes, you're 100% correct.
Well, Gunga, what do you think you're talking to? We're not just a total bunch of chumps.
You're
Here.
geniuses. I didn't realize who I was. The standard of your knowledge is.
No, don't
you make Lenny Palmer look like a complete idiot.
Oh, don't give us all that credit.
We don't talk about other radio.
Yes, and I would like to congratulate you. It was just on YouTube that your show and the My Pillow are the greatest contributors to the National Sleep Month.
My Pillow.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Gunga.
Thank you, Gunga.
My Pillow.
See you. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Oh, good morning, Scotty.
Captain Mike.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, first question I have for you is, did you get your car out of the harbor?
Yeah, I got it out, man.
I told you about that incident that I think it was Joyce that was driving it, and the guardrail she took out from the boathouse parking lot. Jim Mather tells me it's only going to be about $3,000.
Oh my God!
And but here's what his offer is: if you could do some community service around the boathouse, that probably picking up bottles and drunks and things like that.
That's it, just bottles.
Well, I've spent the last 15 years doing community service at the boathouse, and look how well I turned out.
Emptying the bottles and creating garbage, emptying bottles and stuff. You do a good job too, really.
So, are you getting readjusted to our climate?
Yeah, it was kind of a pleasure walking in the house. A buddy of mine used to come in the bar, pick me up at the airport. Then he took me to, like Eric's staying upstairs from me now, and he was staying in the bar at Champions, so brought my luggage in there, and then the 3 of us drank at closing time.
I can just see the people over at that bar. Captain Mike bringing in all his luggage. What, are you staying for the whole week or what? I'll only be here till the end of April.
And they threw me out of Mexico. They're putting a wall up now to keep me out.
Keep me out, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was nice. I come in the house, and Eric and Joyce, they cleaned my house like it's sparkling. It was like amazing because I have dust allergies. They really did my windows, everything. So it was like a pleasure.
I heard it took them about 5 big dumpsters to get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, it did.
And that wasn't from the fire either.
They put it all in my car, and then they dumped my car. And
they rinsed it out in the harbor. Yeah. How much? When was the last time you cleaned that place? About 1985?
I never cleaned it.
Oh, you never? Well, I was going
to keep it pristine. It's
pristine. That's what you call it, right?
Got the patina on it. Let's keep it original here, man.
Did you?
Anyways,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Well, I got to stump the panel there with a song.
Oh, okay. All right, Captain. Go ahead.
It's called the Tickle Toe.
Oh, sure it is.
Do you know that one?
Just
It's a real song. No kidding. I used to play it on my accordion, man.
Tickle Toe.
The Tickle Toe.
Now, what are we supposed to...
Now, what are we supposed to figure out? Who sang this or what?
Oh, that's right, isn't it? That's the name of the song. No, I can't remember. What was the question again?
You called me? Do you know any of it? We'll call this a draw. Do you know any of it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, everybody ought to know how to do the tickle toe with its music so inviting, makes you feel all la-da-da-da. Everybody ought to know how to do the tickle toe. That's basically this simple little song. Now, how could I have asked that question?
We were sitting here kind of wondering the same thing.
I thought you guys were going to sing it if I gave you the title.
Is this how you spent your last 2 months?
I know. Has anybody ever died of embarrassment? Is that really possible? Or is it just like what do you call it? One of them words, one of the phrases, like figure of speech.
If the panel here says you won and were successful, what you won is an hour with us as a guest host.
I'll see you about 1 in the afternoon at the business.
At the business. At the conference, you mean?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, I'd like to say thanks for playing, but...
Yeah, well, I wanted to say hello, and I figured that'd be a good way, but I didn't do it right.
All right, Captain.
Nobody does it worse, but it's like nobody does it better. Well, on the other side.
So the money you spent for singing lessons was pretty much a waste, right?
It was. I should have stayed in the car with a wanted to drink.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll see you at the conference.
Okay, keep it cool. Bye.
All right.
Well, officially, then nobody has really stumped the chumps.
No, there's been no stumping.
So that game is still open if somebody wants to call in. 262-694-1050. Tickle toe. Jeez. Let me read one more here. Oh, KRS Painting. Okay, I got a bubble. I got a burp. Excuse me.
Glad of it to show up now.
Coming up after this last break, we'll have High Five Zingers and Doofuses. We have some other award-winning real news to report. Not like what went on this last 90 minutes.
No, not at all.
We've had 2 calls from Gunga.
I know, right?
He's got to really be. His camel's just got to be, putting the thing in the head thing over his head because he couldn't stump us with a thing like, do you feel lucky?
The bag over
right?
his head?
Yeah, put the bag over. That's forget. Thank you, Alma.
That's what they call it, a bag.
Yeah. Thank you, camel bag.
The feed bag.
The feed bag. That's right. So, boy, he's got to be embarrassed in the Gunga's family because you couldn't stump us.
Yeah. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, we'll take one more.
All right.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Hey, Scott, I got a stump the chump question.
All right, Dennis.
Well, I know you guys will get this because of your background. This is Elmo talking about Holy Week, so this is a religious question.
Oh, boy.
What makes you, wait a minute, what makes you think Elmo can get it? I'm a religious guy. Spider's a religious
all
guy.
of you guys could get this one.
Okay, all right.
What was the name of the apostle that took Judas's place after Judas left?
Irish Ruth, was it? She was on that other side. She was on the other side of the aisle, so I withdraw that. It wasn't name of apostle that took whose place? Judas's?
Judas, to make the 12. They had 12 again.
12
after
again, right.
Judas left.
So Judas, he decided to call it a day. Did he get indicted?
Worse than that, you might say he hung himself.
Yeah.
You might say that, or you would say that?
I think you would.
You would, okay.
Elmo.
I'm going to guess Timothy.
Spider, you going to guess?
No.
James.
We got a Timothy James, Wacky Wayne.
Matthias?
Messias. That's we're going to go with Messiah.
He got it.
Hey!
Matthias is that's the one.
Who would have guessed?
I knew you guys read the Bible. I knew you.
I'm a well-versed individual.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's called,
Good,
called Google.
reach back
All right, we got to take one more call, then we'll take a break.
Okay.
All right, Dennis. Hey, I'm very proud of you, Wacky Wayne.
Thank you.
Good morning on Kenosha Today.
What's second prize? 2 hours with you guys?
Could be.
First and second prize are hanging out with us.
What was this?
This is Denny in the Ozarks.
Oh, Denny in the Ozarks. How's things down there in the Ozarks?
75 and sunny.
Good boy. All right, Denny, you got a question for us?
Yeah, since you guys have a secret word on your show, there was a TV show in the 50s with Groucho Marx called You Bet Your Life.
Yeah, right.
And they had a duck would come down with a secret word on it.
Right.
And
that's where we got this idea.
Pardon me?
That's where we got this idea.
Oh, okay. It was Groucho Marx and his announcer. Other than that, they were the only two people on the show other than the contestants.
Right.
Who was his announcer?
Fenema.
Yeah. Yep. Fenema.
He was a big part of the show.
I'm right, Art. Fenema.
Hello?
That's right, George Fenema.
Yeah.
Now, don't you feel just a little stupid, Denny?
No, I feel like I'm amazed you guys knew that.
Well, these other guys are a little younger, but three of the four of us got it. So.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, he got nothing.
I got nothing.
But Groucho Marx was he was one of the greatest one-liners, and you know what I saw a lot in Johnny Carson was a lot of Groucho Marx.
Yeah, I think he was a big fan of Groucho Marx.
Oh, he was. He was on there a few times. Yeah. So, well, too bad you didn't win the big prize.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot for that second prize.
Then you're going to have to take a vacation.
Yeah,
all the
you're
way
going to have
up
to
here
come
just
all the way
hang
from.
out with us.
How do you explain to your friends down in Ozarkville that you're coming to Kenosha, Wisconsin?
Well, I haven't been up there for a while, so I haven't had to explain that yet.
Well, we got a wall built around just for guys like you to keep you out.
All right.
All right, Denny, I got to run.
I'll probably see you guys this summer.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Bring lots of money.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Do I have time for this?
Nope, it's gone.
No, it's gone.
Okay.
We're going to take that break.
Okay, and then we'll be back. Home stretch on the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. If you just joined us, this is the March 24th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide, as you just heard from Denny down in Ozarkville, to over 1.4 million listeners here on AM 1050 WLIP. We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, Emil Schneider.
I do have the clue for the secret word, too.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a weather condition that's been in the news quite a bit lately.
Okay. 262-694-1050. Also from the galaxy called Spider Dome, the Love Doctor Spider Ronnie. You don't have a Sputnik or a satellite that's going around there. You don't have any of those. No. You got 17 different antennas.
Them, but I don't have any.
You do track them? Well, why don't you track this thing and save the country?
What's wrong? My laser beam up there disintegrated.
You know, you think that with all the technology this country has, we can't find one goofy Chinese Sputnik or rocket?
Or giant satellite, yeah.
9.4 tons or anything of that nature? We got one there.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Take a second call from Anthony?
Sure, Anthony. You're not going to yell at me, are you?
How would we do wrong?
No, I think I know what your secret word of the day is, though.
Okay.
Is it nor'easter?
Incorrect.
Incorrect, Anthony. I'm very sorry, but you lost again. The word loser never came to my mind.
Well, two more times and I can have the same amount of losses you have running for mayor, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess I had that coming, so I guess we're even. Yeah. All right, get your horse and saddle up your horse and let me know when we're going through the drive-through.
I could have sworn it was nor'easter. Huh.
No.
Weather conditions.
All right, no, you lost. That's not it.
I feel bad. I'm going to pull over and start crying now.
Jeez. Yeah, go through the drive-through. So you get acclimated to that deal. All right, Anthony, I got another call to take here. All right.
See, Anthony.
Oh.
Missed him by a mere moment.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha. No, just what am I doing?
There's nobody there.
I was practicing. The light's on, but nobody's home.
Right.
I can handle things. I'm smart.
Thank you.
Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like that.
Along with our engineer board hopper, Wacky Wayne, who's still jacked up from the winter roadkill season, which is will end next Saturday, which is by the 31st, right?
Sure, yeah, right around in there, somewhere in there.
And looking forward to the
spring. Yeah.
Yeah. We're here each and every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. until noon, and if you happen to miss this show, don't be like Anthony Kennedy and be a whiner and pull over and start crying.
Don't worry, it'll replay.
Yeah, we'll replay tomorrow at noon. Listen to this morning's broadcast. And don't forget to join the Kenosha Today Nation and like us on Facebook. And Elmo already gave the status, the secret word. which would win a $20 Boathouse gift card from us. It's from Barter's Financial Planning Services, and it's still yet to be named. So you've got about 19 minutes to get that in if you want to take a shot. And we'll see how that works out. Don't forget you can call us 262-652-6767 and schedule a financial planning consultation. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five, Zingers, and Doofuses. This morning's headliner, As the Ball Washer Turns. Like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. Hey, this week's high five goes to Ellen Brookhouse for being honored with the Susan B. Anthony Lifetime Achievement Award. Having served on many nonprofit organizations, Ellen has helped to raise thousands of dollars through her tireless efforts in contributing to our community. Ellen is a very caring person who has engaged herself in a wide variety of initiatives to help those who are disadvantaged. Making a difference through volunteering has put her at the top of her class. And so to Ellen Brookhouse, we thank you for all your efforts and salute you with a big high five. This week's zinger goes to our beloved president, Donald the Tweeter Trump, for his bold announcement that he wants to take on China and start charging them a tariff. While many people will agree with the concept that the tariff is needed and maybe long overdue, it is his method of madness and how he goes about this with the media and his tantrum tweets. All along, I thought he was supposed to be the huge negotiator, and I can't imagine anything that would piss off the Chinese ambassador, Q Tiahachi Tichitaki, whatever his name is.
Don't look at me.
Then
wait till that space station comes down.
Yeah. If I'm not here and Barter Manor's off the face of the earth, I must have somebody other than Trump teed off the Chinese ambassador.
Right.
Let me say that with the stock market taking a big tumble this week, the situation has become very stormy. Get it? Stormy? Get it? Guys don't get it. Trying to be cute there. This week's Doofus Award goes to... actually, this is a dual doofus. The first goes to this husband out in California who forgot his wedding anniversary, and the second doofus goes to his 35-year-old wife who then proceeded to knock the snot out of him. And she was then arrested for domestic battery charges, and we say poppycock. Now, being an expert on married relationships,
yes,
I'm sure Elmo here will agree with me that this could have all been prevented had the guy simply attended a Kenosha Today production meeting. Yep. Why is that, you ask? Because the guy wouldn't have got married in the first place, and thus keeping his ass out of harm's way. And so let this message go forth to all you married guys, or those of you who are contemplating this institution. Kenosha Day counseling sessions begin Friday afternoons, 3 p.m., Boathouse Conference Center on the Decade Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter.
And they're free.
And they're free, but bring money.
We even had a celebrity there yesterday.
Paul Horning.
Paul Horning was there at a production meeting. Yep.
And there you have it, folks, as the ball washer turns for this Saturday, March 24th, 2018. You guys just doing that because it's over, right?
Right.
I'm Scotty Barter, and I approve this message. All right. We had a couple, 262-694-1050. If anybody wants to take a shot at the secret word, I think we've given ample hints.
Yes.
Now, and I just had to write something down because I have a tendency to forget things, or if I answer the phone and nobody's there.
Or derail. Yeah.
That's a classic. I don't think I've ever done that. But see, in all fairness to me, there was a light on.
At one point, yeah.
At one point, and that probably the light was off for about 35 seconds or so.
Right, give or take, yeah. It's okay. We won't hold it against you.
Here's a story of this 16-year-old gal out in Buffalo, Minnesota. She's in the car. She's going to take her driver's test. And she inadvertently puts the thing into drive instead of reverse and plows through the testing
the driver's
testing
I don't
building.
think she passed that one, then.
No,
It brought the test to a halt, yeah. She stepped down, lurched forward, jumped the curb, plowed through the front of the station in a strip mall. And unfortunately, no charges will be filed. But how do you explain that? I was going for my driver's test, and I didn't. I went forward and stood backward. Well, stuff happens. Not to me necessarily, but
stuff does happen.
Stuff happens. Here's a story of we're getting to the bottom of the pile now.
I see that. Yeah.
This is a giant swamp rat.
A giant swamp rat.
Right there. Read. Giant swamp rat. 20-pound rodent with this is out in California.
Invading California.
Well, yeah, and the problem is these 20-pound rodents with the ability to destroy roads, levees, wetlands, have been discovered in this some county in California. So the problem, what the people want to do is kill them and eat them. And they're saying that it was only a matter of time until someone suggested, hey, well, let's eat them. Hey, welcome to Wisconsin. We're open for business. We got Lindy that's going to have 4 home-cooked rabbits. I mean, so you put do your community a service and get rid of a 20-pound rodent. I mean, rodent is pretty tasty. Don't you think? Did you ever have rodent out in Antioch?
No, not so much. It's not high on the list of things that I go looking for when I stop at a restaurant.
They don't have it on the menu?
You know, it's just not there, yeah.
That's no point. Well, see, they should, pointing out that there's nutria, apparently, in great tasting.
That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Nutria.
Nutria. The idea of eating the giant swamp rats is one that come up the states, down in Louisiana, and I'm sure Denny in the Ozarks probably has this on a weekly basis.
Yep.
Swamp rats.
Probably.
Snakes.
Good morning, on Kenosha today.
Good morning. How's it going this morning?
Good, Eric. You sounds like you're a little on the groggy side.
Well, I've just been laying in bed listening to you guys, and I had to
Probably
work.
a good
you know,
place
some
to
of
do
us,
it.
Yes. What happened?
Yeah, I had to. No, I had to work until 1 a.m. So I was just relaxing and taking it easy this morning. But I've been sitting here thinking, what's a good question to try to stump you guys, or stump the chump, not you guys. You know, the chumps, not you guys. But
hey, take a shot at the secret word first.
Oh, I didn't hear that one. What was it?
We haven't said it yet.
I haven't said it yet.
Oh, the secret
Actually,
word.
we've said it several times, but
Everyone knows the secret word.
What?
Jesus saves.
No, the
thought it
secret
was
word is
please.
northeastern. I just said
well.
I did that to throw Anthony Kennedy's probably running off the block now.
it's not nor'easter. It's
You
not
can't win
nor'easter.
them all. You
It's
can't
not
win them all.
nor'easter, but Anthony Kennedy's, son of a guns, he's probably going to call back with one last shot at me.
You know, when I left the boathouse yesterday, Joyce was alive and flapping, and no one's heard from her this morning. So I don't know what you guys did to her last night.
She put a message on her Facebook page. I looked at my
she's alive
last
and
break. I
flapping
looked
then.
at my phone, so she's still alive and kicking.
She's still squawking.
Yep.
What'd you guys do to her? You're supposed to treat the lady with kindness and respect.
But she likes me. She don't like you guys.
Thanks for sharing that with 1.7 million.
I'm surprised you guys are still alive.
The only thing I ever did was write a nice poem about her. Remember last summer when you guys had your poem contest?
Poetry contest.
Hey, what is it about us she doesn't like? Easy.
I don't. You have to ask her that. I don't know. I never asked her that.
Well,
She probably
I know.
likes you just in her own special way. You know.
She's the one that drove Captain's car into the harbor by accident. So
How the hell do you think we got all them newspapers and cardboard boxes out of here?
all Captain's underwear, boxer shorts were in the back seat, and he was rinsing out a few things. So,
it is funny, when he got home yesterday, he was running around after he took his shower saying, I can't find my underwear. I can't find my underwear.
Probably was wearing it.
Wait, hey, maybe. I try not to get that close to the fire, you know.
Yeah.
But, well, so anyway, I was sitting here thinking about, man, what's a question I could ask you guys that you probably wouldn't know, but maybe, because, I think you guys are more educated than what's smart.
Well, first of all, we've had 3 people. Listen, wait a minute. We've had 3 people call and try to stump us. Gunga,
I know.
He didn't win. Captain, he was in his own world.
Yeah.
And Denny from the Ozarkville, he didn't win. So we are 3 for 0 today. So go ahead, give us your best shot.
What was the first Mexican bomb?
A burrito.
A burrito.
No. And it's a hell of a bomb, too, I guess, when you're talking like 1,000 years ago or something.
Was this done by Santa Anna?
No.
Well, 1,000 years.
Real Mexican bomb, like probably before the United States was ever even here. It was. We weren't here 1,000 years ago.
Well, then how would I supposed to? You got to, stay within 1,000 years, give or
I'm trying
take.
to stump the chumps. I'm trying to stump you guys. So what was the first Mexican bomb?
Well, if our show was down in Mexico where you guys went, that would be it.
We would be it.
We would be it. But since we weren't on the air 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, I don't know. That's got to be BC, right?
No.
Well, yeah.